All right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to you all. I feel like we can all hear me. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Trust the day has been a good one. Trust we had a great day. Trust we had a great day. Thank you, Chisholm. Good evening. Good to have you on the call. Okay, so for today's webinar, please and please, you can still go ahead to invite your colleague, your network to join us this evening. It's going to be an amazing time, especially for those who have been thinking about how to transition into tech and you want to get the clarity needed for you to transition into cloud, into DevOps, whatever it is. Thank you so much for joining us once again. We promise that this is going to be very precise, straight to the point, because we do not want to take so much of your time. We know that it's been a long day for some of us. It's been a long day for everyone, basically, and you still made a time out. So you are definitely going to be getting value for your time tonight. So thank you, and please ensure that you stay till the end of this call. Ensure that you stay to the end of this call because it's going to be a great one. So before we get into what we have for you today, um, we would just like to quickly, we just want to quickly get to know you. We want to know where you're joining us from this evening. We want to know where you're joining us from. Let us know where you're joining us from and why you even want to transition into tech, right? Let us know if you have a background experience in tech already that you're looking to, just get a direction, just get a precise direction on how to move. So we want to hear from you. I think the chat box is open for you to um, talk to us. So you can just let us know, share your location with us, where you're joining us from, and yeah, your expectation basically as well, your expectation basically, and also if you have a background, an experience, maybe a background in tech and all of that, you can also let us know before we go ahead. We just want to get an idea. We want to have just an idea about the people joining us. We want to get to know you before we move on. So please and please and please kindly drop in your introduction in the chat box. We want to know you. We want to get to know your location as well, where you're joining us from, and why you are transitioning into tech. And while we're doing that as well, this is also just for us to note that if you have any question at all while the webinar is going on, while we'll have a speaker on the call, please ensure to use the Slido link. It's already in the chat box. Ensure to use the Slido link to drop in your questions because you know this chat can be moving so quickly by the time we're going through them and all of that. So we want to have it well coordinated so we can be able to take all of your questions. So please ensure that you use the link in the chat box to ask your questions. Just click on the link and it will take you straight to where you can drop in your questions if you have any at all. So please let's keep that in mind as well as we proceed. So we want to get to meet with you. We want to get to meet with you. Or is the chat box locked? Okay. Thank you so much. I can see a message from Tola. Tola is from Manchester. I have completed an AWS bootcamp and trying to work my way to being a DevOps engineer. That's amazing. That's amazing. Well done to you, Tola. So, of course, we already know that you have a tech experience and you also have a level of experience with cloud and all of that. That's a good one. Well done, Tola. So we want to read from more people before we go ahead. We just have few seconds. We just have few seconds. So we have our speaker on the call already. I believe that some of us probably might have met with her already. She's going to be the one speaking to us tonight, and I'm just going to leave her to do the introduction as well. Okay, so we also have Gloria from Ghana. Apologies, the light went off. We have Gloria from Ghana, and she is already in tech, but I want to transition to cloud and DevOps engineering. That's amazing. Good to know. That's good to know, Gloria. That's good to know. So let's get to read from one or two more persons before we hand over. Before I hand over the mic to Baby as she takes over from here. Let's get to it. We just want to have an idea, just get to know our audience a bit so we can know those who we are talking to tonight. Waiting. So please ensure that you use the link. We already have that link in the chat box. So please ensure that you invite your colleague. You don't know who you might be helping with this. Ensure that you invite your colleague, your friend to join the call. It's going to be an amazing one. I mean, in less than an hour, we're going to be out of here. But what they are going to be getting out of this webinar, we want to believe that it's going to be so, so impactful. And you might be helping someone make that decision to transitioning into tech and getting that well-paid job as well. So we have a message from Stanley. Okay, Stanley's from Ghana. Okay. I think I read from Stanley already. Okay, Stanley's from Ghana. I am already okay. I want to transition from web development to cloud. That's amazing. Thank you, Stanley. Thank you, Stanley. Jesse's from Ghana as well, but I am not into tech though, but would like to transition to cloud computing. Amazing, amazing. That's really good. Naomi's from Nigeria, very new to tech and want to go into cloud engineering. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We love this. Okay, now the chats are moving quickly. Amina says, I have no background knowledge in tech, but would like to transition from law to DevOps. Great one, great one, great one, great one. Okay, Tara says, is from Lagos, Nigeria. I just started the fundamentals in tech and I joined this webinar to know if cloud ops would be right for me. That's good. You are the right place. You are the right place for everyone who's been dropping their introduction and letting us know why they are joining basically. Omolara is from UK with a data analyst background, hoping to know what cloud computing is all about. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. Thank you so much for everybody who have introduced themselves in the chat box. I believe that once Gbemi gets on the call now, she is going to be speaking to all of us. So thank you so much for letting us know your expectations, basically. And I believe that we're going to be meeting them, if not exceeding them tonight. So right about now, I'm just going to be handing over to Gbemi as she takes over from here.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. It's a joy to have everyone here. I hope you can hear me. Please give me a thumbs up if you can hear me and you can see me. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Jesse, Omolara. Omolara is my second daughter, one of her names. Claudia, Chisom, Bolariwa, Boladale, Aminat, John, Fortune, Mimi, Oluwashola, Oseluofo. I hope I got your name correct. Good evening. Rulan, good evening. Sabat, Sadiq, Simply Precious. I like that. Good evening. Good evening, General Tare. Good evening, Wale. Good evening, everyone. It's a joy to be here. Thank you so much for joining us. As we have promised, we'll keep everything to an hour or even less than an hour. I know it's Friday and it should be a winding down day, but some of you have goals that you want to achieve, right? And you're here to find out how we can help you achieve the goals. So I'll just go straight into the masterclass for today. So the topic before us is how Cloudboosta can help you transition into how Cloudboosta makes your tech career transition possible in 20 weeks. So please, as I go and as we deliver the masterclass, if you have any questions, please feel free to let us know. Okay, we're here for you. We're here to answer your questions. We're here for you. It's about you, really. So, it's all about you. So if we're not hitting the things that matter to you, then we're just wasting our time here. And we want to make sure we deliver for you. So please, sit back and enjoy. All right. So how Cloudboosta? I'm just about to share my screen. Please bear with me. Okay. Yes. So I believe you can see my screen. Let's do it, present. Yeah, can we all see my screen? You can just give me a thumbs up as well. I believe that we can see okay, thank you. I can see your thumbs up. Amazing, 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 amazing. Okay, so let's go right into today's presentation. So how Cloudboosta makes your tech career transition possible in 20 weeks. So at Cloudboosta Academy, what we do is to help professionals transition into cloud and DevOps roles, right? With or without any tech experience. So we break complex concepts into simple, practical lessons and guide you step by step until you are job ready. And all through this webinar, I'm going to be sharing with you how you can transition into a cloud DevOps career, whether you have a tech background or you don't. So my name is Gbemisola. I work in one of the big four consulting firms globally. I'm primarily based in the UK. I'm also the founder of Cloudboosta Academy. I'm a certified AWS solutions architect. I had a first class bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering and a master's with distinction in mechanical engineering as well from Loughborough University in the UK. So far, I have over 7 years experience in digital innovation, building solutions that impact millions of users globally. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a coach, I'm a mentor. I'm very passionate about women, tech, anything kingdom, right? And I'm just going to be showing you how you can transition into tech in 20 weeks or even less than that. So please follow me. Now I need you to please give me your attention for the next less than an hour, because at the end of this presentation, I have something very special for you. So it's a masterclass. So please just find a very quiet place that you can be in. Ask all your questions using the Slido link. The link is in the chat box. I'll take everything at the end because it's possible that I would already take your questions while I'm doing the masterclass. So please make sure you just stay till to the end and make sure that you're in a very comfortable place. So this, it's just for you to know that if you're in the right place, this masterclass is for you. If you want to transition into cloud or DevOps with zero tech background, it is for you if you're looking for a clear, structured, step-by-step path into tech. It is for you if you want a career that pays very well and stays relevant long term. It's also for you if you've tried learning tech before but you felt overwhelmed or confused. It's also for you if you're ready for a career upgrade that offers global and remote opportunities. If all of that sounds like you, then you are in the right place. But it may not be for you if you fall into this next category that I'm going to talk about. If you're someone that is looking for a short course, right, and you're looking for overnight success without effort, then this webinar is not for you. Hopefully, we don't have this kind of people here. If you don't want to commit to learning new skills or practicing consistently, this webinar is not for you. Hopefully, we don't have those people here. If you're not interested in building a long-term career cloud of DevOps, then it may not be for you. If you're someone that is comfortable where you are and you're not seeking career growth or new opportunities, then this webinar may not be for you. But anyway, I trust that everyone that is on the call falls into the left category and all the things that I said earlier. So I want you to tell me in the chat box, because I don't know if any one of you can relate with any of these things, right? Are you someone that what is in your mind is, I want to transition into tech, but cloud and DevOps feels confusing? Are you someone that feels like, I keep hearing the word cloud is the future, but I don't know where to begin? Can you relate to any of these things, right? Are you someone that's saying, I'm scared of choosing the wrong tech path and wasting time? Are you someone that's saying, I've tried learning online, but the steps are not too clear? Are you someone that is saying, I want a structured, beginner-friendly roadmap that actually works? Are you someone that is saying, I want a tech career that pays well, stays relevant, and offers remote opportunities? So give me the numbers that are most relevant to you. Tell me in the chat box. Of course, I expect that some of you are multiple, right? You may be 1, 3, and 5. So look at the screen and tell me which of this describes you. Which of these things can you relate to the most, right? Which of these things can you relate? Just give me in the chat box. Which of those things can you relate to the most? Which of these things can you relate to the most? So please tell me. Let me see if I can see the chat. Someone said all. I can imagine. 1 to 6. Okay. Who else? Okay. Some people are more inclined towards 2, 1, 2, and 5. Okay. Okay. Just keep the responses coming. I can see it. 2 to 6. Okay, amazing. The good thing is that you are in the right place. Even if it's just one of the numbers or all of the numbers, you are absolutely in the right place. So after this masterclass, thank you for your responses. So after this masterclass, you'll be able to understand the exact steps to transition into cloud and DevOps career in 20 weeks. Also, you'll be able to identify some common mistakes beginners make and how you can avoid them. Also, you would know the skills, the tools, and the learning path that is required for you, that is required for you for your cloud DevOps role. And then you also be able to take confident action towards starting or restarting your tech transition journey. Now, what is cloud DevOps, right? What is it and why is it even relevant? This is an important question for us to lay the foundation and make sure we're on the same page, because some of you say you don't know what cloud is based on the numbers that you responded to. So when we talk about cloud, cloud is a type of technology that allows you to access and use computing resources like servers, storage, and database, and even software applications over the internet on a pay per use basis, right? So when we're talking about cloud computing, it typically has to do with renting computing resources. So let's say, for example, you need a server. The normal thing will be that you go ahead and buy a server. But with cloud computing, if you need a server, you just go to a major cloud provider and create a server on the cloud provider. And once you finish using the server, you just destroy it. So that's why we say cloud computing allows you to access and use computing resources like databases, like software applications, over the internet on a pay per use basis. So instead of you to have to manage these resources on your own computer, or instead of you to own your own data center, all you need to do is to rent the computing resources that you need from a cloud provider. It is so revolutionary. So an example is, if you think of Google Drive, for example, you can have a movie stored on your laptop, but you can also decide that, you know what, I don't want this movie to take up space on my laptop. Let me upload it to my Google Drive. So once you upload it from Google Drive, what you're essentially doing is that you're renting space from Google. And anytime you have internet access, even if you're in China, you're in Australia, because you saved it to Google's platform, right? What happens is that anytime you have your login details and you have access to the internet, you can access the movie file. But if you save that movie on your laptop, you can only access that movie whenever you have your laptop with you. So cloud computing is so revolutionary because at the end of the day, anything that you need, whether you just need to store something or you need to build an entire computer, right? All you need to do is to rent what you need from a major cloud provider. That's what cloud computing is, and that's where the world has moved to in this age that we are right now. So because the world has moved into the concept of cloud computing, that's where everyone wants to be now. So even Netflix as an organization, a media streaming company, right? They produce movies, but they run 100% on the cloud. They use a cloud provider called AWS. So instead of Netflix to build their own data centers, they rent all their computing is they rent it from a company called Amazon Web Services, and that has significantly enhanced, their innovation, their capacity to deliver, seamlessly, to always be available, no matter what part of the world you are. You will hardly hear of Netflix going down, and even if it goes down, it's probably just for a couple of minutes, and they will come back up again. So that's what cloud computing pretty much is. When we talk about DevOps, DevOps is a coinage from two words, development and operations, right? DevOps means that development and operations team, they work together instead of separately or instead of working in silos. It's like, imagine you're trying to bake a cake and there's a team that is responsible for making the cake, another team is responsible for decorating the cake. So when you now make a decision that, let everybody, whether you're baking the cake or decorating the cake, let everybody work together in the kitchen from start to finish. Let everybody make the decision together as to what type of cake. Is it going to be a chocolate cake? Is it going to be a fruit cake? Let everyone decide together how big the cake is, such that it's not just the people that are baking the cake that make that decision. So when it's time to decorate the cake, because the people that decorated the cake were part of the decision of what cake to bake, what size and all of that, they can easily relate to what has been baked and they can easily decorate it properly. So that's what it means in the world of DevOps as well, right? So we're saying development teams are the ones that write the code. The operations team are the ones that deliver and ensure that the code, your application is working as planned. Application like Instagram, for example. So in building an application like Instagram, you would always have a DevOps team, right? You will always have a team of developers who actually write the code, and you have operations team who deploy the application and ensure that everyone is having a good experience. So DevOps integrates development and operations team, ensures that they work together, and as a result, the software is built and delivered faster, smoother, and without confusion, just like the explanation I gave of the cake. So in order to make DevOps delivery a possibility, there are a number of tools that are being used. And these days, traditionally, people were even doing DevOps without cloud. but we found that DevOps has become significantly more effective when you are running your DevOps delivery on the cloud. So getting into the field of cloud computing and DevOps is an area that is in high demand because we want people who can deliver software faster. We don't want technology teams to be working in silos anymore, working separately. Let everyone contribute to the process of developing the application and ensuring that it works fast. So coming into the field of cloud, I mean, I've been in this field for over 7 years and it's been so rewarding for me. Like, honestly, I've enjoyed my career, and starting this academy is to pull people in, to also give people the opportunity to enjoy the benefits, and which I'll talk about as we go along. So why cloud DevOps, right? There's rapid growth and strong demand, just like I've been saying. For example, the global cloud computing market is estimated to be about $746 billion market in 2025. That's the current estimate, and it's also projected to grow to around $2.6 trillion market in the next 10 years, which is a significant growth, right? It's only with tech that you can have this kind of growth. DevOps also has attractive salary. In the UK, the median salary for a cloud engineer is around £63,000, right, per year, which is a huge one. For those of us that are based in the UK, you know that these days there begins to be a lot of restrictions around the jobs that would sponsor you and all of that. But when you learn a skill like cloud computing, you always fall within the range of what can be sponsored because the pay is really good, provided you learn the skills, which I'll talk about shortly. I'm saying you should come into the world of cloud DevOps because you future-proof your career. Cloud DevOps requires skills that are difficult to automate. As a cloud DevOps engineer, we're talking about using skills like critical thinking, problem solving, creativity. It makes you in this field less likely to be replaced by automation. In the world of AI, and we've had so many webinars talking about how cloud enhances AI, right? Not only will cloud continue to be relevant as AI rises, right? AI cannot replace cloud. It's absolutely impossible because of the level of complexity that is required to actually learn the skill. And the more complex it is for you to learn, which Cloudboosta Academy breaks it down. That's why we're here. No matter how technical it is, our duty is to break it down, which we've been doing for about 5 years now. We break it down for whoever, whether you have a tech background or not, to be able to come into the field and actually thrive in it. There's a huge skill gap in the cloud computing space. More companies are migrating to cloud and AI, but according to a 2025 report, by 2030, there will be over 85 million cloud-related roles on field worldwide due to the lack of skills. So this is an opportunity for you to, I studied mechanical engineering at university, and I even did my master's in mechanical engineering. I will say that because of that, I must be stuck to mechanical engineering. I had to think critically about which area of tech, which area would continue to be relevant globally, and that's where I pitched my tent. So it doesn't matter how many years you've invested in your field, right? You need to think about a field that is forward thinking and make sure that you position yourself correctly for the future and the new world that we live in. So there are more jobs than human resources to fill them. That's the reason why you should come into the cloud computing field. Now, in order to start your cloud DevOps career, you need to do the following. First is you need to build your technical competency. You need to actually gain the skills that you need in order to thrive in this field. It's not just, no one is going to hire someone without something that you have to offer and bring to the table, and these skills can be built. So how do you build your technical abilities? 4 major things I want to highlight. Number 1 is that you need to have knowledge of at least one cloud platform. There are 3 major cloud providers globally. We have Amazon Web Services, AWS. We have Google Cloud Platform. We have Microsoft Azure. Pick one of them and learn it, right? Secondly, you need to have knowledge of automation. How do I automate things? You need to understand a little bit on programming, again, which we teach you at Cloudboosta, which you can learn from scratch. People run away from, some people will be like, oh, I want no code. But the thing is that the areas that people are running away from, those are the areas that are in demand, and those are the areas that will pay you well. The key thing you need is an assurance that you can learn it. And that's what we're here for. We have many examples of people who came to us with no background. They were able to learn the skills and they're thriving in the field. So we don't want you to run away from things because it looks difficult, right? Even the key thing is, I always say this all the time, anything can be figured out. You just need people that can teach you well. And that's what we do at Cloudboosta. There's many courses that we thought in secondary school were hard. It could be math, it could be chemistry. But let them change that teacher and you realize that that same course that you think is hard is actually something you can learn. And that's the assurance that you need. Thirdly, you need to know infrastructure as code. How do I automate my cloud infrastructure, right? We teach all of that. It's important for you to know. And then you need to have medium competence in a coding language. We teach you Python, Linux, and Bash at Cloudboosta. We introduce you to all of this. You just need minimum level of coding, for your cloud DevOps journey. So in order to build your technical competency, the first thing is we would encourage you to attend a bootcamp. We don't want you to get stuck doing any of this, trying to do self-study, because there's a high probability of incompletion. You're no longer a student. Most people I'm speaking to are professionals. You probably have children, you're working, you have a lot going on with your life. So you may not be at that stage where you'll be able to study on your own again, and that's all that there is to it. So you need to be a part of a bootcamp that would give you the right structure that you need. We don't want you to get stuck in looking at your traditional degree, because these days, just like I gave my own example, it depends. But these days, the academia world is, they're still a bit behind when it comes to what is happening in the industry. So every now and then, there's a need to bridge that gap. We don't want you to get stuck in trial and error methods, right? Because it leads to frustration and waste of time, energy, and resources. And we don't also want you to get stuck with random certification, where you just gain head knowledge and you don't have any practical competence. So you need to go to a good boot camp that will help you. And how would you identify the appropriate boot camp? 4 tips for you. And I hope you guys are paying attention. We'll give you the recording afterwards, right? The first thing is that your boot camp has to be the curriculum has to be industry driven. It has to start with what they're doing in the industry. That's what we're using to carve your curriculum, and that's what we do at Cloudboosta. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to go and learn cloud and then get to the industry and something else is happening. I work as the Cloud DevOps manager at PwC UK, so I know exactly what's going on in the field, and that's what forms the curriculum. And myself and other instructors and facilitators, who are competent, we come together at every course. At the end of every course, we review what we're teaching, and we always have to make sure that it's relevant. So when you're choosing a boot camp for yourself, make sure that it's one that the curriculum is industry driven. Secondly, they have to prioritize hands-on practical learning, because cloud DevOps is practical. You need to actually build solutions on the cloud. You need to explore these DevOps tools, Linux, Git. That's what will make you competent. Thirdly, you need to make sure that there's a community and there's opportunity to network with people in the industry. And finally, you need to identify a bootcamp that gives you guidance on how to land job opportunities from your learning. Because it's not enough for you to learn the skills. You need to get your dream job. That's why you're here. Now, the second thing that you need on your journey to transitioning into cloud DevOps is you need to change your mindset about tech. Some people have all sorts of mindsets about tech. So you need a mindset shift, right? To successfully transition into tech, you need to be ready to fail forward. You need to be curious and pay attention to detail. And you need to be ready for collaboration and adaptability. Failing is learning a new way not to do a thing. It's very common in tech. You will make mistakes. It is normal. It is not something that should shock you or discourage you. There are times that we spend hours in the industry writing lines of code, building things that will not work, making mistakes and learning from it. So failing forward is a natural part of your learning process in the world of tech. Secondly, you need to pay attention to detail. Small mistakes or oversights can have serious consequences. Anyone that's trying to learn a coding language, just put a space where a space shouldn't be, or use lowercase instead of uppercase, or put a full stop where there shouldn't be a full stop. You'll be surprised. You'll be debugging for hours until you find it. So you need to be someone who pays attention to detail, and you need to know that you cannot be a tech professional alone, right? Exactly. Did Rex, I agree with you. Yeah, so tech is always changing, so it's crucial. Oh, your name is Tola, sorry. Thank you. So Tola, I agree with you. So tech is always changing, so it's crucial for you to adapt and learn new technologies. It's important. And you always be in a team in tech. So these are some mindset shifts that will help you on your tech transition journey. So we would like you to rethink some of the misconceptions that you may have about tech or cloud DevOps that has even stopped you from starting your transition journey. One misconception that you one myth that people always say is that, oh, cloud DevOps is only for experienced IT professionals. It's too late for me to switch careers. That is not true. It is not too late. You can learn it from scratch, and people have done it. Some people feel like, oh, I need years of coding to land a cloud job. That is not true. People finish their bootcamp with us 1 month, 2 months, 3 months down the line. They've landed their job already. It's totally dependent on how driven you are, how ready you are to push yourself. But we are here to give you all that you need. Third myth is that, oh, it's going to take at least 3 years to even get a job after I start learning. Not true. A lot of people have gotten their jobs in less than that. So please, you don't need all that time. And another myth is some people will feel like, oh, upskilling in cloud DevOps will be faster if I do it at my own pace by myself. Again, we are now adults with so many responsibilities. I'm sure many of us have all these courses that you started, or even a free YouTube video that you started to watch, but you just never got to finish it because life happened, right? That's why you need a structure, a system of accountability to ensure that you stay on track. Some people also feel like another myth is that, oh, my past skills will not be of any advantage. That is not true. There are lots of transferable skills as far as your cloud DevOps journey is concerned, especially your soft skills. So the reality is that collaboration, communication, problem solving, and adaptability are highly valued in this field. So cloud DevOps professionals usually work in teams with people from different backgrounds. We talk to stakeholders. We have to explain technical stuff to non-technical folks. These are just examples of some of the soft skills that you would actually need on that you already have in the skill in whatever field you are. There's no field that you are currently that you're not using your teamwork skills. Even if you're currently, whatever it is, you're doing a blue collar job, or doing entrepreneurship, whatever it is that you're doing, there is, even if it's your work ethics, even if it's your ability to be resilient, your ability to fail forward, your tenacity, there's always things that you can transfer into the cloud DevOps field. So all of that is sufficient guidance for you, right? If you want to transition into cloud DevOps, if you follow all the things I've said, you will be on track to actually becoming the cloud DevOps professional that you want. Build your technical competency, make the necessary mindset shift that you need to make, and sign up for, a course that would really take you on the journey. Now, how does Cloudboosta specifically help you to now fast track your career transition into cloud DevOps in just 20 weeks? So I will tell you more about Cloudboosta Academy in the next 5 minutes, and then I'll go straight into answering your questions, 5 minutes or less. When you join Cloudboosta Academy, this is what you should expect. What we do is that we use AWS specifically as a cloud deployment platform. And at the end of your training with us, you will have learned how to use AWS as a cloud deployment platform. You will have understood various AWS services and real-life use cases. You will have the opportunity to work on real-life hands-on cloud projects that are industry standard. At Cloudboosta, you will learn how to use Git and GitHub for source code management. You will also learn how to use Ansible as for server configuration management. You will understand Docker and what we call application containerization. You will learn how to use Kubernetes as a container orchestrator. You will learn how to create CI/CD pipelines using Jenkins for automation deployment. You will also learn infrastructure as code and use AWS CloudFormation and Terraform for it. You will learn how to use ELK for monitoring and logging. That's Elasticsearch, Logstash, and Kibana. Right, that's a combination of 3 tools called ELK. You would, at the end of your time with us at Cloudboosta, you will have a public repository of all the projects you've worked on, and you will have gained enough hands-on experience to help you land your cloud DevOps engineer role. That is not all. What we do is that in terms of our delivery, you come to class every Saturday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., right? We have weekly live classes that are 100% virtual. So for here, you will learn from industry experts. I'm not the only one that will be teaching you. We have many experts in the industry who work as cloud DevOps professionals across the globe. We have people in America, Canada, the United Kingdom, South Africa, people working in global organizations. They'll be the ones teaching you every Saturday. And if you're on the accelerator program, you will get to watch recorded lectures from these people, So our lectures are 80% practical, and then you belong to a closed learning group. So Also, you're gonna be working, you're gonna learn DevOps like ABC, because we have custom step-by-step manuals, which you call workbooks, right? That guide you. So depending on the because we know that some people, they come to class, they listen to the lecture, and that's their way of learning, right? Some people need to see things written down step by step. I'm that kind of learner. I really love to see words. So we've made account for people that learn in different ways. People learn with words, some people learn with a lot of sound, some people learn, when they hear you, some people just want to see it, so whatever kind of learner you are, we've made accounts for you. So every single lecture every single topic you learn at Cloudboosta, which we've created the relevant AWS services that you need to learn, the relevant DevOps tools that you need to learn, for you to get started. You can't learn everything, but there is a minimum that you must know over the next 20 weeks, such that you will be confident to land your first job. So for all the modules, right, we have this hands-on lab that just guides you step by step, right, on how to actually build what you just learned about. So it's not theoretical, 20% theory, 80% practical, majorly practical. In addition to that, we know you need encouragement and support to see this to successful completion. So every Wednesday we have live sessions, to check in on you and resolve any issues that you may have, because we're here to ensure that you succeed. I mean, see what some of our graduates said when they finished our training with us. Someone says, "Thank you so much, Gbemisola and facilitators at Cloudboosta. It's been a wonderful experience. The back-to-back lectures, assignment, lab sessions have all improved me and my attitude to learn. I'm more motivated to learn even more, achieve more, and always give my best. I look forward to wonderful cloud career and also impacting in others what I have learned." Thank you so much. I mean, we have a video of Adiola on the page. She came in, family woman, 3 children, signed up for the course, and this was during her program. I mean, she eventually finished, completed her program, landed her dream job afterwards, and she's been working. She's even one of our instructors at Cloudboosta. You will meet her, so but Cloudboosta really gave her that plan. We also have Bukola, who was from medical background. She says, "Thank you so much, Gbemi. Thank you for not only empowering us with amazing skills, but also allowing us to leverage your network. 20 weeks ago, I had no clue what Jenkins, Kubernetes, Terraform, or even AWS. So I feel so privileged. Thank you for the platform." Bukola also, after her training with us, landed her dream job, with the NHS in the UK. And this one that had no idea what all these tools were. So I know I've read out all those tools for you today. You're like, what do all these things mean? You don't need to know what they mean. We're here to teach you from scratch. Okay, so at Cloudboosta, we give you that support that you need. Like I said, it's not just about you finishing your training. I mean, after you finish your training, what we want is for you to get your dream job, and that's why we're here. So we review your CVs, we do mock interview sessions, we do LinkedIn upgrade training. We have what we call job readiness sessions, where people who have landed their dream job come and talk to you about what they did. You can ask any questions. We help you with certification preparation materials as well. We do exam simulation days, because as part of your journey, we encourage you to get at least one certification. Some people end up getting more than that. Want you to get at least one certification to actually, also add in addition to the hands-on skills you gain with us. So there's soft skills training. There's also job placement opportunities as well, working with our partners. And we've been able to help people, actually place people on job through the partners that we have. So these opportunities are there. We also serve as a reference for you, because we're registered in the UK as a company. So, your time with us actually adds up as work experience. So by the time you finish with us, it's not just that, oh, you've actually learned all these tools. You've worked with us as a cloud DevOps engineer. That's how we're positioning you. And you have projects that you'll have worked on to actually, to boost your chance of getting the job that you want. So we also have a very strong alumni community. You get the opportunity to network, meet mentors, attend career upgrading events, you get exposed to exclusive industry events, and you transition faster like minds. All the projects you work on at Cloudboosta industry standard projects. That's what we do at work. You work on real life cloud environments and turn your practical learnings into life project. Like I said earlier, you build your cloud portfolio. All our experienced instructors, our trainers are practicing cloud DevOps professionals, all working in top communities, top organizations globally. So you get to meet them, you learn from them. These are just a few of them. You get to learn from them, and then each time they come and teach you, or you get to watch their lectures. We encourage you, go and check them up on LinkedIn, connect with them, right? Connect with them. They're right there practicing cloud DevOps as well. So there's a lot of facilitator guidance. You get that close support from us, right? From our expert facilitators as you go on your hands-on learning journey. So what we have in store for you, regardless of your background, whether you have a technical background or a non-technical background, at Cloudboosta, we have something for you. If you make a decision by now, the next quarter is starting 31st of January. Another year has gone by. Some of you probably thought about, should I do Cloud DevOps this year, 2025? This is November already. Some of you have not made that decision yet, but don't condemn yourself. Anytime you wake up, anytime you decide to make a change, you make that change. There are also some things in my life that I'm like, oh, I'm going to do it, and I've forgotten, and I've made up my mind that, you know what, I'm going to start. I don't care. I'm going to get started. So we all have those things. This is not to condemn. It's just to say that, you know what, don't let time go by again. If you've decided, right, you have to position your career in such a way that you always be relevant in the future. So if you make a decision now, imagine you're going to start by 31st of January. By 28th of February, you will have understood how cloud works. You'll have deployed web servers on the cloud by yourself. By March, you will have had your cloud portfolio of projects. You can even start applying for opportunities. We tell people not to wait till the end. By April, you'll have gotten enough hands-on experience, even using DevOps too. And by March, your training will have ended. Imagine you've built your public repository of all the projects you worked on. You've started applying for jobs, going for interviews, and possibly even, you know, be ready to start your job. By Q1, Q2 next year, you can actually, you can be in a position where you've landed your dream job before the middle of 2026. But you have to make a decision now to ensure that you get that outcome in the next couple of months. And that's why we're here to help you. So like I said, stay till the end though to hear my special offer. Don't worry, this price on the screen is what the training is worth, but we have a special discount for everyone. So what you're going to get from us is 5 months of intense training, classroom and practical. You have the opportunity to build strong technical skills with hands-on experience architecting on the cloud. You have access to our fully guided technical labs. You learn all the latest technologies in cloud and DevOps, which I've mentioned earlier. You have engaging class lectures covering all the modules to get you started as the cloud DevOps engineer. You have practical experience into agile delivery. You get soft skills coaching that will help you excel on the job. It's not just technical skills alone. You need to build your soft skills. You get to interact with industry leaders in cloud computing, either while you're in class because they're the ones teaching you, or during our webinars. You have access to the Cloudboosta community, your networking with bright minds. You have access to our career support services as well, where we review your CV, upgrade your LinkedIn profile, prepare you for your interviews. And then you also have preparation materials for your AWS Solutions Architect Associate exam. So our training is worth over £6,000, right? And we usually charge an application fee of £10 just so that people that apply to be a part of the academy, we know that they're the ones that are definitely ready to go on board. But because you guys stay to the end and I promised you something special, we're not going to charge you that. We're going to give you a discount of over 65%. It's important for us to always highlight the value of our training, because imagine you're coming to class every single week for 20 weeks. I mean, there's no global training that would not, and imagine the volume of minds they're going to be interacting with every single week. It's a lot of value that we're dispensing to you, right? And in order for you to access that value, we know that that's the one, but we have to make it accessible for as many people as possible. And that's why we always give, I'm going to extend our discount to you. So we actually have 2 trainings. We have the comprehensive cloud DevOps course. This is for people that are complete beginners. You don't have any background in tech at all. You've not done anything tech related. You know, for you, you're going to have weekly classes with us for 20 weeks. You have access to the learning portal after the course finishes. You have access to the alumni community. You still have access to the recorded lectures as well. That's for complete beginners. So instead of you to pay £6,000 for the 20 weeks, you're only going to pay £2,500. Again, stay till the end. I still have an additional discount for you. And for those who already have a tech background, right? So you have access to our Cloud and DevOps course, right? You have access to pre-recorded lecture videos. So for the accelerator course, you're coming to class majorly to work on your lab sessions. You would have we would have given you the recording of the lecture to watch before you come to class. When you come to class, you're strictly building solutions on the cloud because your own program is shorter. So it's just 15 weeks for those who have, who already have a tech background and want to, go ahead and do the tech training for people that have tech professionals. But we have people who are tech professionals and say, you know what, I still want the 20 weeks boot camp. That's totally fine. But we have two programs for this category. So whether if you don't have a tech background, 100% please go ahead and do the comprehensive cloud DevOps course, because that's where we're going to break everything and teach you from scratch. But if you feel like you already have a tech background and you want a faster program, you still need to go through the 15 weeks with us. But of course, it's faster paced, right? And that's only, instead of £2,000, you're going to pay just £1,000 for that. Because you stay till the end, I'm extending an additional discount for you. So, and this discount only is going to close by 18th of December. I don't feel like, oh, it's still very far. It's just a couple of days away. So you're only going to be paying £2,000 for that. So imagine getting access to all of these things for just £2,000. It's an investment that you will get the reward. There's no one, everyone that has been a part of our training program, they will tell you that we got more value. And of course, application fee, I'm taking it off completely for you guys. You're going to apply free of charge, right? So everyone that's been a part of our training can check our testimonials on our websites, on our YouTube page, on our Instagram page. They always come back and say we got more value than what you guys, what you guys charged us for. Our focus is on empowering people. I've been in this field for many years. It has helped me significantly from one job to another. Every time I change my job, if I don't double my income, it could be a 50% raise. And, there's just been so much benefit. Is it remote working? I spoke to one of our graduates recently because, I'm in Nigeria as we speak. And then I went for a tech event a couple of weeks ago. I met one of our graduates who is working as a DevOps engineer. And she was like, oh my God, her job just gives her peace of mind. She was telling me about who she reports. So she's working in Nigeria and she's earning dollars, right? In Nigeria, she took a part of her training, and she was like, her job gives her peace. She was telling me that even the program that she gave for her job sponsored her for it. And she was telling me how much she's enjoying the work that she did just because she learned a new skill. So whether you're in Nigeria, you're in Canada, you're in America, you're in UK, you're trying to settle down, you're trying to think of where to go to, take advantage of what we're doing here. We're here to serve you. We're holding your hands until you get that dream job. If you're interested in signing up, please send us a WhatsApp message. Just send January code to any of these two numbers. The two numbers will be in the chat box as well. Any of those WhatsApp numbers, send January code and they will lock down the dates for you. If you want, installment payment plan is also available. And for people who feel like, you know what, I still want to taste what this cloud is about before I make a final decision, we have a boot camp happening next week, right? Some of you have done the boot camp already, some of you have not. So we usually do a free Cloud DevOps boot camp. Just scan this QR code. You spend half a day with us where you actually get practical taste into what learning cloud computing and DevOps with us at Cloudboosta really feels like. You get a feel of the support that we give, what our modules. You actually get the opportunity to taste the lecture before you come into it. But if you've made up your mind already, lock down this discount. It's only available for a couple of days, after which is going back to £2,500. So please make sure that you lock down this discount. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. I'm now going to go straight into the Q&A session. I know that you guys have had a lot of questions coming in already. What do your alumni with no tech experience do different that have helped them land jobs? Everything I've said, they will have built their technical portfolio. So I've gone into the questions now. I'm answering the questions. That's the first question I can see here. So everything I've said, so they go ahead and build their technical competency, they work on their soft skills, and they will put their CV together. And then we start preparing them for job interviews. By the time they take the practical things that we've taught them, these are things that help them to land their dream job. And we have people studied English, working as Cloud DevOps engineers, studied dentistry, working as Cloud DevOps engineers. So how do you support students who feel overwhelmed or behind during the program? That happens a lot. So it depends on the situation, right? What we do is that we usually, even though it's a 20 weeks program, we usually put breaks in between such that, there's usually 1 or 2 weeks for you to catch up. And if you're lucky to have public holidays and stuff in between your program, for example, I mean, there's Christmas and New Year coming up. So this career core, they even have 2 weeks break, right? So we usually have those breaks intentionally within the core, within the training program for you to catch up. Because sometimes people may feel overwhelmed, feel tired. So the first thing we do is that we have those break times. So we make sure that every time is not intense. There are times that we also don't give assignments, just so that you can catch up on any work that you may have missed. And there's so many other things we do as well. Because some people go through difficult times during the training program, so we have to do bespoke things that helps them to get back on track, right? I mean, there's so many things we've done to help our students. I don't want to go into details of that, but we're here to support you, and we support at an individual level. Some people go through grief, because that's life, right? And then we sit down with them with how can we support you, and then we offer them something that makes sure that they still get value out of the training program. So please, whatever the case is, we're here to support you. Average salary internationally, we've talked about that already, is usually starting salary is usually around £35,000. But average salary for someone that's working 60, 65, for people that are working for 5, 6, 7 years, I mean, a lot of my colleagues are on 6 figures in pounds, so the potential is really there. Does Cloudboosta help with CV writing, LinkedIn? Oh, yes, we give you guidance on it. We ask you to do it, and then we review it. Is 20 weeks enough to build confidence to speak and interview? Oh, yes, it is. As long as you commit to what we're telling you. Trust me, 20 weeks is 5 months, so it's almost half a year. That's enough time. Trust me, it's enough time. But we just need you to commit to it. And even when we tell you come to class every Saturday, you still need to do your assignments, go over the modules again. So that's sufficient time. What financial options are available if I don't want to, if I want to join but can't pay at once? Oh yes, we've thought about you as well. So yes, we have installment payment plans available. So just reach out to any of the program advisors, those WhatsApp numbers I sent to you. Can you explain a day in the life of a cloud engineer, like to create a mental picture? I like that question. And we even talked about it in one of our former webinars. So, I mean, for me now, I work as a cloud DevOps manager, but when I was an engineer, so sometimes what we're doing is we can be doing refactoring of code. Sometimes we do things like security patches. We can look into all our servers and be like, oh wow, it's time for software updates on all our servers. Of course, there are automated ways of doing it. So you can decide, okay, today all our servers are due for patching, and all we're doing that day is patching. Sometimes what we're focused on for the week is just doing a lot of infrastructure as code. We look at all our processes and we keep thinking, okay, this one is manual. If a software developer wants to deploy something, there's still a gap here, and we keep improving it. The thing about cloud DevOps is there's a lot of thinking around continuous integration and continuous deployment. So we do a lot of automation. We automate our processes a lot. As developers are writing new code, we're building applications, the applications are getting more extensive. As a cloud DevOps engineer, we're ensuring that their process of improving the application is seamless. So if, for example, the way WhatsApp is now, they decide that they want to release a new feature, our duty as cloud DevOps engineers is to ensure that as software developers write and they upgrade the code and they deploy it to WhatsApp in such a way that WhatsApp does not break. And I'm sure all of us can bear witness to how randomly you just see an update on your WhatsApp that you didn't even know was there before. It's because they had a good DevOps process in place. So as a DevOps engineer, we could be like, okay, let's review all our pipelines. We want our pipelines to be more efficient. So how can developers deploy code to production such that within 5 seconds, the code is in production, it's been tested, it's been automated. So we do a lot of that. Sometimes we could be working on migration projects. I mean, I've led a number of migration projects as a cloud DevOps manager where we've helped clients to move their systems from data center to the cloud. Sometimes as a cloud engineer, you're looking at cost optimization on the cloud. Okay, now that this business is running on the cloud, how can they save costs? Because it's not just about running on the cloud, right? Some people might be spending what they're not supposed to spend on the cloud. So we do a lot of that. There was time we did an exercise at work when I was still an engineer, like in-depth technical, that all we're doing was, we're spending, yes, we're running on the cloud, we're experiencing the benefits of the cloud, but this spend is actually, we can reduce the spend. So what we did was to create a lot of pipelines such that we had to automate our servers to start and stop at different times. We don't need servers to run 24/7. We just need it, and we're working with people in India. So we need our servers to start once it's the beginning, because India's time is ahead of UK. So India starts ahead of us. So once it's 8 a.m. in India, that's when we need the servers to start, and we need them to end 8 p.m. UK time. So we noticed that just by making sure that every single day we stop our servers and we start our servers again. We're able to reduce the cost that we're spending on the cloud significantly. Even if it was, I think it's about maybe 1/3 of the savings. So it could be cloud migration, it could be refactoring. Sometimes we do security remediations. Sometimes we go ahead and look at all our security features on the servers that are running on the cloud and ensure that they are up to date. Sometimes we create pipelines, we automate, we create Jenkins jobs, you know, we do a lot of automation using Terraform. So it depends on what role and what exactly the part of your business is doing at the moment. So I hope that helps and gives you a mental picture of what I do. But it's really, really cool and interesting, and ultimately it's very rewarding. What's the difference between cloud DevOps and full stack development? Cloud DevOps is everything I've discussed about today. Full stack development are majorly people that are focused on the actual building of applications. It's usually software developers that say they're into full stack development. And what that means is that they are building the front end of the application, they are building the back end of the application as well. Front end, back end, and anything logic in between. So it's completely different fields entirely, completely different fields. With £2,500, do you assist with job applications after a boot camp? Oh yes, that's what we're here for. Yes, we do. And of course, you have access to your training for over a year, for about a year, even after you finish with us, and you're part of the alumni community. What you said, the other package, when you said the other package for people with tech background, does that mean with a data analyst background, I can choose? Oh yes, with a data analyst background, you can choose the second package. Yeah, just speak to one of our program advisors and then they will guide you. Like I said, for the second package, you're not coming to lectures. We're not, you know, you're going to watch the pre-recorded lectures, and when you come to class, you're just coming to build solutions. You're not going to do your lab, you know, so you're just going to build your lab solution, and the time that you spend with us on Saturday is shorter, but then you're going straight into your lab. So we need you to commit to watching the lectures ahead. So yes, you can just speak to one of our program advisors. For the second package, will it be just video classes, no live classes? Oh yes, it will be recorded classes, but you will have live classes. But what you are doing in live classes is not listening to the lectures. What you are doing in live classes is building on the cloud directly. So you're going to come to classes every Saturday, but you're going to go straight into the lab session, and we'll have expected you to watch the recordings that we'll have given you ahead of class. I hope that clarifies it. As someone wants to transition from healthcare into cloud engineer, how can you help to get a job with sponsorship with the new salary threshold in the UK? I understand that. I have always been on sponsorship, visa sponsorships, and what will help you to get a job with visa sponsorship is being valuable. I used to think that I wasn't, when I finished my mechanical engineering degree, I thought that I didn't get job because maybe they can't pronounce my name. No, I mean, I've never met a Caucasian person being able to pronounce my name correctly. So I'm like, okay, maybe because of my name, maybe because of this, but it was because I did not have the relevant skills of what was in the job market. By the time I became valuable enough, anytime companies even reach out to me and say, we're looking for a cloud engineer, the first thing I say is that I need sponsorship. So there's no need to even beat about the bush. And we have people just like myself as well who have learned cloud computing. And because of that, they can see the value. They are willing to sponsor you. So if you want an organization to sponsor you, you have to be able to dispense the value that they need. In fact, sometimes some of our graduates, they start with post-study visa with organizations, and before you know it, the organizations, they'll be like, we can't sponsor and all of that. But before you know it, they go ahead and get the certificate of sponsorship and sponsor them because they can see the value they are dispensing. So that's what we're here for. So you still need to take the step of going ahead to get the relevant skills, right? And then in preparation for your job with sponsorship. How do you handle the issues of years of experience for your students in case of a job search? So that's what I said. So you still have, that's why you need to start on time, because once you get started, your years of experience are still counting. Once you finish your training with us, you practically already have 6 months experience as a cloud DevOps engineer based on the projects you've worked on. So the key thing is just to get started and get started on time. So it is from the time that you start your training with us, that's when your years of experience start counting. We know back there, we're not going to manipulate the numbers, no, but your years of experience start counts from there. We always talk to our partners, our students, this is the amount of experience they have. We're not hiding it. Everyone starts from somewhere, right? But the thing is that as you start building, your years of experience start to count. Sometimes people even have to volunteer to add more years of experience, and then until you land your dream job. So the key thing is to start and get started immediately, because time is going. Imagine if you start now, rather than some people say, let me start July next year, you'll have missed out on 7 months experience as a cloud DevOps engineer. So the key thing is to start immediately. I'm really happy. I think I've answered all the questions I've seen. I hope I didn't miss out. If I missed out on your question, please go ahead and ask the question again. Just as we promised, it's been about an hour and you guys have been so engaging. It's been nice speaking to you. Thank you for your time. Really, that's all we have for you today. If you have any further questions that we've not covered, please feel free to ask any of our program advisors. Okay, is Python the only language that is required in Cloud DevOps? I mean, that's the major one we focus on. And the thing about Python is that once you learn Python, it makes it easy for you to learn other programming language if it is required in your organization. But what we do at Cloudboosta is that we give you the minimum that you need to get started. Every other thing that you got, because sometimes we even teach all these modules and some people get jobs and all they're doing for a long time is just one of the tools we taught them. But because they have an understanding of the different tools, it's easy for them to transition into other roles outside of that. So we know that with the Python knowledge, you're good to get started. But you can go into an organization and maybe they're using Java, for example. Python is very easy. And if you've learned, I mean, it's easier compared to other programming languages. If you learn Python, it'll be easy for you to learn Java. So it is enough for you to get started. That's the thing about Python. And that's enough for people to say, oh, yeah, you've done this Python project. Yeah, go. They can give you the job opportunity based on that. So your remaining learning and your remaining depth of knowledge in all these tools will now depend on the roles that you start working in. And the thing is that even after your training with us at Cloudboosta, we still have what we call the Cloudboosta Alumni DevOps Drive, where on your journey to getting a job, you still keep working on projects and we expose you to more tools, go more in depth. All of it is adding to your experience that really helps you to land your dream job. So thank you so much, everyone. That brings us to the end of our masterclass today. Please make sure you take advantage of all the knowledge that's been shared today. We expect to see you guys in class by end of January, but sign up now, lock down the discount now. And if you feel like I'm still not ready, blah, 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 join us for our one-day boot camp on Saturday. Join us for our one-day boot camp next week, Saturday. You would experience it hands-on. Thank you so much. Please enjoy the rest of your Friday. Please get some rest. It's been a long week. And we'll see you in one of our we'll see you in our other meetings and webinars. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much.